Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to tonight's main event. We have Mayo Hosko coming at you at 60 frames per second, 4K resolution, no sugar, no filler, just real whole egg. Let's get ready to Lego!
Hello, it's me, Mayo Hosko, coming to you at 60 frames per second in 4K resolution. No sugar, no filler, just real whole egg, and welcome to my channel.
Mayo Hosko, it's your boy, JP.
Real whole egg. Everybody say real whole egg. Real whole egg.
Real whole egg.
Real whole egg.
There we go. Capture that, Mayo. That's for you. That's for you.
Yeah.
Quick shout out to Mayo Hosko. Go check them out. Real Whole Egg, a really fun show.
Everyone say real whole egg at the same time. 1, 2, 3.
Real whole egg.
Sweet. I'll cap that and then add it to the intro.
That's kind of fucked up though. It's a little off-centered.
Real whole
egg.
Eggs?
Oh, our timing was off, but
Do we go
that's
slowly
okay.
or fast?
I think that was fine. Is that fine, or do you want us to
Yes,
do it
because
slow?
I actually prefer it when people do it all out of sync because that makes it more authentic.
Yeah.
Everyone on the panel say it at the same time. Okay.
Oh, okay.
What are we saying again?
Real whole egg.
Whole egg.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Real
Whole egg. Close enough.
Well, if you don't mind me saying, a little bit of no sugar, no filler, a whole lot of real whole egg coming up on these Fridays.
Hello, Miss Zambi here, saying real whole egg. Mayo Hosko channel. Go check it out.
Real whole egg. There we go. I don't know what else you want. Wait, why am I... Are you talking about like what goes well with Mayo? Also, how did you even come up with the name Mayo Hosko? Like, do you just love Mayo? I don't know.
Rolling into the chat, we got to give a shout out. No sugar, no filler, just real whole egg. Splat out. That's what I'm talking about. Mayo Hosko. 2 whoop salute, Mayo. Welcome to the jankiness.
For Mayo Hosko, I give you a real whole egg. Wait, where did all these other eggs come from? What in the name of the Emperor is going on?
Everyone make sure to send in your videos of saying real whole egg, and I'll add you to the intro. Thank you.
What's the buzz?
Take it home with you.
So, hello and welcome to episode 42 of Real Whole Egg. My voice is a lot better now, but I am extremely tired coming off of my illness. So I'm still not in the best condition, but at least I can talk again.
It does sound like you are getting over whatever it is, but you always sound worse when you get over something.
Yes.
Yeah. So, but no, you're glad to hear you're doing better.
Yeah, but I still don't have the energy to build Lego, unfortunately. So we're going to ride it out.
I wish I had the time right now.
Like I'm trying to preserve my energy. So everyone will have to deal with that. I just in no condition to build Lego. So I hope everyone's had a good week. How's your week gone?
It's going good, buddy. I have been extremely busy. I've been on it. I've got 101 things going on, but I've been keeping up, man. Just keeping up and trying to mix a little bit of Lego into all of it. So that's what I've had going on. I'm actually trying to come up with some Lego. I've got a bunch of bulk that I need to go through and some other stuff that I was actually looking at. I got some stuff down here, but I am looking to get some stuff together so I can trade some more stuff in at OBC. So,
and I've been busy with university as always, and I've also started working on the mosaic for Brick World Chicago.
Very nice. Look forward to seeing what you come up with.
Yeah, because everyone that doesn't pledge to me on Patreon will be able to see a picture of it as I turn up to Brick World Chicago. But if anyone wants to see images of it getting built, then go pledge to me on Patreon. The links are in the description.
Very nice.
And so before the show, I was playing around adding some more stuff to StreamYard. So we've got some more tracks that we can show, and I'm not sure if you guys remember, but there's just something about the clicking and bricking stuff that I've always found interesting, either due to the music or the graphics. And so if one of them boys show up, we have a little something for them.
No. Hey, speaking of clicking and bricking, I missed it. I caught it on the replay, but apparently it was Cliff's birthday, so make sure we wish Cliff a happy belated birthday next time you see him, if he shows up in the chat.
And also apparently it was Greg's birthday as well. Lots of people having birthdays.
My birthday's actually in 2 weeks, so
yeah.
Yeah. Greg, when you say Greg Dillion?
No. London Bridge Bricks.
Oh, London. Okay.
And I'll be seeing him at Brick World Chicago.
Got you. Evening, ACOB. How are you?
Yeah. And also, ACOB finally added your thing to the Real Whole Egg intro after doing some editing. And we also have Johnny G, Matt Crow, and Clever Pig to start off.
Good crowd to have.
Yeah. And now let's have the 5 seconds of silence for Kobe Bryant. Okay, so today we will be talking about Lego versus Lego. That's a term that some people have coined for fake Lego clone brands, alternative brands. So think of your Mega Blocks, your Leppen, your Enlighten, your Blue Bricks, other stuff like that. Technically, even ACOB bricks are now part of the Lego, and I may or may not buy an ACOB set at Brick World Chicago. I definitely want to buy some more. What are they? Eclipse graphics at Brick World Chicago if I can, because I bought some road signs last year, and I want to buy more road signs. So, it's a complicated subject, and I think it's worth talking about.
Indeed. And one of the things that I find so interesting about Lego in the Lego community is that when they talk about any alternative brand or off-brand that's not Lego, they call it flego, as if it's all just fake Lego or it's not real Lego or anything like that. But the reality of it is that it's just competition, and that would be the equivalent of Ford saying Chevy was like, a fake Ford, or Dodge was like a fake Chevy, or you get the idea. And so I think it's funny that people refer to any Lego competition as fake Lego. I just think that's funny.
Yeah, because for example, Apple would never refer to a Samsung phone as a fake iPhone.
Yeah, exactly. It's just their competition.
Yeah, so I've always found a flawed terminology, and I'd love to hear what people in the comments think about the whole situation during and after the stream, because it's something that I know that a lot of people have a lot of opinions about.
Yeah, and the way that I kind of see it, as long as when we talk about fake Lego, I instantly go to brands that were like Lepin, and where they actually took Lego sets and then recreated them with fake or alternative brick, but they're copying directly from Lego. And so I could see why you would say that was a fake Lego set, because it's a Lego set that you built out of off-brand bricks. Now, when it comes to other competitors who have sets that Lego has never built, Lego's never gonna build, I think that isn't so much as fake Lego, more as a competitive brand or your brand competition or whatever that may be. But they're coming up with their own design and everything else like that. So I kind of think that that's not so much Lego as much as it is just Lego competition.
Yeah. And later on in today's stream, I'll talk about the whole Tycho lawsuit and also the Lepin lawsuit, because I know enough about those cases where I can add further depth to the conversation. But you're an avid buyer of blue bricks, and you've got a lot of blue bricks in your city.
Indeed, especially when it comes to landscaping and a lot of the the bricks that I'm using to create like the base and stuff, and then I'll put the Lego set built into the mountain itself. But yeah, because just on the simple price factor alone, blue bricks makes it very comparable. I'll be honest with you, I can even show you guys a couple of different ones, but it's very similar to Lego, and it's very compatible with Lego. And the thing about it is that Lego, or if you were to get these burnt pieces, which I'll grab some right fast, just because I probably have some around here somewhere. Let me see if I've got one somewhere. Oh yeah, here we go. The burnt pieces like this. So these pieces right here from Lego, pretty much anywhere you get them, if they're a Lego brand, they are $5 a pop. And so when you get these from Blue Bricks, you get 40 of them for $30. So they become less than $1 a piece when you go the Blue Bricks route. And when I'm using thousands of them, the money just adds up staggering if I was to just do Lego only.
And also, back in the day, I bought some Target blocks. I forget the brand, and they were so cheap. I think it was 1,000 pieces for $10. So I was like, $10. Let me drop the money and just investigate the quality. And it was a 100-mile journey coming home from the Target where I bought them. And so I was just experimenting with the clutch power on the drive home, and I realized that their clutch power was very slightly stronger than Lego. It was the closest clutch power of any fake Lego product that I had ever come across in comparison to Lego, which is why in some of my big building mocks, particularly if it has a column where you stack a bunch of 1x1 bricks up, if it's red, blue, green, yellow, black, or grey, some of those columns in my mocks use that fake Lego because it's good enough in clutch power that it stays together. I mean, the colors don't quite match up as you'd expect, but it works enough for me. And anytime I've done a mock video that has that fake Lego in it, no one's ever caught the difference in the comments.
Yeah, and honestly, unless you see it in real life in person, side by side, you'll never really be able to tell the difference. But and if you use like I do, I've got certain sections of my mountain where I'm just filling in the back that you'll never see. So like the front, you see the rock and you see everything in the mountain, but then the fill the space, I just need to put something in there. I will fill it with whatever I can, so that way I can just fill it, because you're never going to see it. It never does anything. The only thing it's doing is being a structure brick. So if I'll fill that with a mega block, I'll fill that with whatever brick I'll get my hands on, because when I go to these bulk bins, or even when I buy the bulk buys, there's every kind of brick you can imagine in there. And so if it's a 2x4 or a 2x2 or a 2x6, 2x8, whatever it may be, any of those bricks, I'll throw them in there because they all work the same.
Yeah, and so it's just a lot of fascinating parts. But
Go ahead.
No, I'm gonna do something on the side.
Okay. I will say, when it comes to minifigures, there's really no off-brand or competitive brand or other brand that even comes close to competing with Lego. Lego's minifigures are it.
Yeah, and which is why Lego has such strong trademarks with the minifigure.
Yeah, because even if you get a minifigure that looks like a Lego minifigure, it's somewhat different, and 9 times out of 10, the legs will be loose or dangly, the arms will be loose, something on it won't be quite right. And but for the most part, whenever you get alternative brand brick, their minifigs are quite different. Like the faces don't look right, but they'll have something different. The heads don't have like tops, or it'll just be numerous different things. But off-brand figs are usually way different from Lego figs. The brick will be the same, the plate will be the same, but when it comes to actual figs, the figs will be extremely different.
So let's see what people are saying in the comments. Johnny G says a bunch of stuff. 1 egg to rule them all. I wanted to join this stream, but Mayo said my resume was not up. That is not what I said. I said anyone that wants to join any episode of any show, any episode of the show can make a formal application to the Real Whole Egg Instagram account. Mark said that's the best intro on YouTube. Thank you very much. Pig says you should have put me as a character reference.
Yeah, he was talking to Johnny G.
Yeah, Acob said good evening. Johnny G says, Pig, I know why. Maybe Zizou can rewrite my application. I know. No, I don't have any thoughts about that. Pig says iPhones are all Samsung internals anyway. The hardware is all Samsung.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Johnny G says, sure, my Lepin and Mega Block sets cut me and have toxic chemicals, but I love them. Mayo, do you even Lepin, bro? I think not. They're great. Yes, I don't do Lepin or Mold King just because of the history of that company.
Mold King, the one thing I'll say about it is when Lepin switched to Mold King, because apparently that's the story of what happened. Lepin had to shut down, but they didn't go out of business. They just rebranded pretty much. Mold King is actually making some sets that Lego would never make.
Yeah, and also now they reached out to a bunch of YouTubers, particularly Lego train YouTubers, to review their horrible train products, and people have reviewed them and criticized those sets.
So I don't know how their train products are. I have never had a Mold King train or anything like that. But I will say that the Mold King train, if I'm not mistaken, especially on the Orient Express, was actually closer to the real build than what Lego brought.
Yeah, because Mold King has some different pieces and different designs because of their different pieces, where they can do stuff differently than what Lego can.
Yeah, they made the engine more like the Orient Express engine.
Yeah. So anyway, let's see the comments from this week's videos, shall we?
Guys, I should really make a reading your comments video. Great job. This is the best thing I've ever seen since yesterday.
Good. What high praise, man. What a great comment.
Too much cliffhanger, not enough story, craves more story, am very sad.
Am very sad, dude.
So he was scarped.
I've been scarped before, it's not fun.
Okay, let's see the comments.
So real quick, because I know you're a sports fan, did you see the roast of Tom Brady, Mayo?
Bits and pieces of it.
Man, there was one where that blonde was like, how do you lose 30 million in crypto? He's like, you not see that coming? And she was talking about like Gronk. She was like, Gronk even know that money not real. And it's so funny, man.
Yeah, so on my latest short, Nate Mr. Blue says, great video, Mayo. So you know what we do when someone says that? We just give the like emoji. And then on my Lego Ideas Viking Village time-lapse and castle update, they said, nice set, Mayo. Today is Mother's Day here, so happy Mother's Day to your mum. I don't know if you celebrate it there or not. Have a great week. We do celebrate, but I don't personally. It's all marketing scams.
So
and then the brickable cow said moo, so we're going to respond with the cow emoji.
Macro says that roast was good. Yeah, no, it's hilarious. It's pretty funny.
Cheap ass bricks put up the eyeballs, so we're going to do the same.
You know
and
what
that
I'm
was
also
all the
looking
comments
for?
from this week.
So, in what, 2 weeks, it's Aqua June.
That was all the comments.
You hear me, Mayo?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 weeks is Aqua June. That June is Aqua Zone month.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they do hashtag Aqua June, and a lot of people make Aqua Zone mocks for June.
Well, we're definitely gonna have to do Aquazone, an Aquazone episode after I get back from Brickworld Chicago.
Indeed. You know me in Aquazone.
Yeah, because you've got an impressive Aquazone collection.
I actually think I'm gonna take this time. I've got some bricks and stuff. I may go ahead and start working on this some more and finish this Aquazone Neptune Discovery Lab mock.
Ooh. Yeah. So we got so I just wanted to show off. We got some new things. I did make some changes to the Buzz video.
Are you afraid of bees? They're only insects after all. I wouldn't care if hundreds were swarming around. I'd just blow smoke and make them buzz off. Buzz, 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 retorted Duck.
What's the buzz?
Nice. A little edited yourself in there.
Yeah, because I got emojis with Lego Team B emoji. No, sorry, not emojis. Selfies with both Lego Team B, Brick Hive, and a Duck Bricks.
That's pretty cool that you met Duck Bricks. That guy's he's a pretty legit guy.
Yeah, because he was talking about, well, I was talking with him just after he bought a vintage set at the yard sale, and so we were just walking around, and I knew that at the time he was going after the world record. So
Nice.
I thought I would take advantage and get a selfie. Also, we have Zissou in the house.
Zissou!
So, you know what we do when Zissou, where was it? It comes on by.
Cheers, Zissou! Nice to see you made it. Happy Friday evening. Give me 2 seconds, Mayo. I'm gonna be right back. I'm just trying to hook all this stuff up. I was kind of running behind a little bit.
Yeah, and if ever Clicking Cliff or the Brickable Cow come in, we're going to play their stuff. Yeah, so I've been playing around with some of the edits, and also speaking of the Tom Brady roast, whenever someone makes comments that is almost like a roast, or if someone talks about something related to gangster or rap culture, we're going to play this. And if anyone ever gets fired, or if anyone is begging on their knees to me, or if anyone ever talks about how they're getting another chance, we can play this.
We're letting you go.
Oh, please don't do this. I'm begging you. Just give me one more chance.
Okay, fine. All right, that's it. You're fired.
So we got some new things up in here, and we're constantly evolving over at the Real Whole Egg. So if anyone ever wants to be a guest on the show, you can make a formal application to the Real Whole Egg Instagram page, because that's how we keep track of people who want to come onto the show. So if you're not already following Real Whole Egg on Instagram, it would be in your best interest to do so if you ever want to come and join the show. So now I want to tell the backstories about the court cases for both Lepin and Tycho. So back in the late 80s, Tycho was doing really good with their model trains and their slot cars, and they've been continuously doing it since the 70s, and they wanted to diversify their portfolio. So they made the mistake of trying to compete with Lego. They made a calculator, they made a phone, they made a couple of the other sets. Oh, actually, there's Lego Team B. Hello, Lego Team B says, looking forward to a new photo in Chicago not long now till we see you. Chris is on his way back from Sydney, so I'm listening while doing chores. Does that mean that Chris is attending the Sydney convention that's happening right now? Because on London Calling earlier, Snowlaner was doing behind the scenes before the show started.
And when you guys are saying Chris, are you talking about Duck Bricks?
Huh?
When you guys are talking about Chris, are you talking about Duck Bricks?
No, we're talking about Chris from Lego Team B.
Oh, okay, got you.
Because it's Chris, and because it's Chris who is the voice, the narrator behind their city updates. So, so we got.
Well, hey, Team B.
So we got the birds. We got the birds. Now we're just waiting for the bee brick hive.
Are you afraid of bees? They're only insects after all. I wouldn't care if hundreds were swarming around. I'd just blow smoke and make them buzz off. Buzz, 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 retorted Duck.
What's buzz?
Any new music stuff? Haven't seen nothing in a little bit.
Yeah, I can't wait for Seth Bland to drop his new track because if you like my videos, then click the link right there. I'm a vintage Lego channel. You can learn a lot right here. And don't forget, I'm on Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram. So hit the subscribe button. Mayo Hosko is your friend. Still waiting.
That's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. That's
It's
not
a parody.
bad, man.
It's a parody of an old Jay Luvia outro song.
I would definitely see if Seth can't do something for you with that. That's pretty
Yes.
good, man.
Let's get the pressure out. So everyone spam the guitar emoji, shall we? Yes. So I was right. He sure did. He was up there for work this week, so extended to see Snowlaner at the show. Nice.
Mayo dropping bars.
And hey, Mayo, I have done 2 of the videos, not just Chris. Oh, okay, that's nice. Yeah, because anytime we get to see Justine's hear Justine's voice in the videos is a nice breakup from the usual narrator. Yes, I am dropping bars because I can, unlike last week when my voice was god awful. Yeah, so because I commissioned, well, I proposed those lyrics and so now that's on the table because Seth's a busy man with the musical instruments. Yeah, so
he's got the kiddos and stuff. So
yeah, so as I was saying, so Tycho had an advertising campaign with their bricks. They mentioned along the lines of same quality, cheaper price, and the biggest mistake they made was directly mentioning the Lego company in their advertising. And if anyone knows anything about advertising 101, it's never mentioned the name of your competition, which is why, remember the Cola Wars when Coca-Cola and PepsiCo would never mention each other's name?
no, they always say the other guys or our competition.
Yeah, and so still to this day, when PepsiCo advertise when they make a reference to the Cola War, they just have a red can with the white lettering cola. They never put the Coca in front of the cola. They just have it saying cola because everyone knows who it is they're referencing. Because
you know blue is Pepsi and you know red is Coke.
Yeah, because not to start the Cola Wars in this chat, but Coca-Cola is better, and for one reason and one reason only.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'll tell you what that one reason is before the rant. So as a result, Lego took Tycho to court, and Tycho actually won the court case because Lego was going on the grounds that they had broken patent for the brick. But the reason they had done that is because they had a 30-year patent on the brick, 1958 to 1988, and so the mistake that Tyco did is they started making their bricks before that patent expired. And so the only reason they ended up winning is because by the end of the court case, I believe, was after the patent expired. So they won, but the court case was so damaging to the Tyco brand that they ultimately stopped trying to compete with Lego because they just wanted to wash their hands clean of the situation.
I'm sure Lego made them spend a boatload of money too.
Yeah, and Lego would have had more money to buy lawyers.
Exactly.
Than what Lego did at the time, because even back then, Lego was worth almost $1 billion. They had not yet been the juggernaut that they are now to overtake Hasbro or Mattel in terms of toy company valuations, but they still had almost $1 billion behind their name, money of which Tyco didn't, because Lego was expanding and Tyco had plateaued by the late 80s, which is probably why they wanted to diversify their portfolio in the first place.
Yeah. Well, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'll be honest with you though. Tyco, when I was a kid, they were known for remote control cars also. But
exactly.
Yeah, what they were known for is slot cars and remote control cars. So I get it, trying to expand yourself into other areas, but yeah, I think they got themselves into that boat because they decided to call out Lego. If they would have just come up with an alternate brick and left Lego alone, they may have been better off.
And I believe somewhere in the mid-90s, Tyco got bought by the Hot Wheels company. And then in the late 90s, the Hot Wheels company got bought by Mattel.
Really?
Yeah. So it's a long food chain of buying out failing toy companies, something of which Lego has never been involved with. Because since they're a private company and they're family owned, their family has had tight control since their existence.
Yeah. Yep. No. And that's how a lot of companies are. Just like Chick-fil-A, when the owner of Chick-fil-A passed away, it went to his family. So.
Yeah. Keep the family control over the companies.
Yeah.
And while I'm mentioning all of that, there's the other, probably Lego's best known competitor, Kitty Craft.
Is that Lego's best competitor? I thought Mega Bloks was.
Well, in terms of historical competitors, because I think Mega Bloks got popular in the 90s after Tyco, and really the Mega Bloks company went hard once Lego's patent ended.
Got you.
And for a while there, Lego actually had the patent for numbered bags. And that started in the 90s and went through up until somewhere in the 2000s. So it used to be really difficult to build a Mega Bloks set because by law, the Mega Bloks sets could not have numbered bags. So the reason why Kitty Craft is their best historic competitor is because some people falsely claim that Lego stole the patent from Kittycraft, when actually the family that ran Kittycraft in the 30s and the 40s, by somewhere around World War II, they wanted to get out of the game, essentially, and so they sold the patent, and they sold the molding machines to Lego, because Lego was willing to buy a distressed assets from that company, because I think in 1943 Lego they started experimenting with plastic bricks, and then in 1948 they officially came out with the automatic binding brick, and then 10 years later in 58 they came out with the brick that we know today, except it didn't have the full tubing or the cross supports underneath. I think the automatic binding brick was a slightly antiquated design and had less clutch power than the one that came out in 58. But even before the automatic binding brick, when Kittycraft was still going strong in the 40s, they were experimenting with new brick types, and so Kittycraft eventually branched out into other toys. And it's kind of ironic because Lego started out as a wooden toy company and then branched into plastic bricks, which is what they're known for today. And yet Kittycraft started as a plastic brick company and have now become a wooden toy company. So their evolutions have reversed polarity trajectories. Because if I Google Kittycraft right now, Kittycraft toys, I get results for doll houses and for wooden trains.
Yeah, no, wasn't, by the way, hey, Redcoat Kyle's in the chat.
Wow,
then,
long time no see, Kyle.
Yeah, wasn't the little wooden pull behind duck one of the first things that Lego ever started building?
Yes.
That's what I thought.
That, the Ferguson tractor, the Esso tanker, yeah. And so actually, the toy company today is called Kidcraft. They dropped the I.
Very nice.
And also, there's a Kittycraft that is IE. So there's a bunch of companies that have taken on that same name, but there is still a Kittycraft shop that is the KIDDI spelling. And if I briefly go to their shop, they still sell a bunch of plastic brick stuff, and it looks like they're a German company.
Redcoat said he got wounded in battle.
I wonder what that means.
Well, no, he says he's recovering from an injury.
Yeah, so there's 3 different companies that try to look the same from each other, and it's very confusing because the Kidcraft I know makes good cheap wooden train sets, but the traditional one still makes plastic bricks.
And I wonder if they're doing where, oh man, he said he broke his hip. Holy smokes. Hope you feel better, man. That's gonna take a while. Jeez Louise, that's a bad one. I wonder if those other companies are doing like what I've heard of similar companies in the past do, is that they make their name just so close to another popular name that when you Google it, it brings them up.
Yeah, lots of companies just try to make just try to have it so that when you search for something more popular on a search engine, their results come up.
Yeah, exactly.
Some companies actually try to do that, which is what a lot of the fake brick companies do. And it's also what a lot of the lighting kit companies do.
Yeah. Indeed.
Because if you ever search on Google Images for some of these people, then you see that a lot of, like, if you're trying to search for one of the modulars, you get a lot of light kits that come up.
Yeah. Well, and that I don't even hate that too much, and I'm not even mad about that, because it's kind of goes with the set, so I understand why it's coming up. But it'll just be, you know, a company or something that you're looking for, and you Google it, and then other stuff that has named itself close to the brand you're looking for pops up, and it's not what you're really after.
Yeah, because they do try to manipulate the algorithm.
Hey, Brick Hive, what's up, buddy? There's the bees.
Oh, hey, Hive. So we do have the birds and the bees in the chat, so now we get to play this again. And I'm glad I was able to do the edited things for this stuff.
Are you afraid of bees? They're only insects after all. I wouldn't care if hundreds were swarming around. I'd just blow smoke and make them buzz off. Buzz, 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 retorted Duck.
What's the buzz?
Yeah. So that's stuff about Kittycraft, but also we got to mention the lawsuit that LEGO had against Leppen. So everyone's more familiar with the Leppen lawsuit than the Tycho lawsuit, because the Tycho lawsuit happened, that was 35 years ago now.
That's long done.
Yeah, and just a whole bunch of merged companies later. Anyway, hello, Big Nate Bricks. Nice to see you up in here.
And John Greenville,
which is Johnny G's alternate.
Oh, okay. What's up, Big Nate?
Big Nate. Also, actually, Big Nate Bricks is a big buyer of Mega Blocks.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So this type of stream would be perfect for Big Nate, for Big Nate Bricks or any other person that's an avid collector of non-Lego products. So personally, I'd love to hear any thoughts from Nate about how the Mega Blocks compares with Lego, because I'm sure that you have some tales to tell about how Blue Bricks compares to Lego, and we'll get onto that soon. But let me go over the Leppen lawsuit, because that's something that people are more familiar with. So I believe it was Leppen that started doing stuff in the mid 2010s, and they really wanted to catch the deceptive grandmas who would go online and buy a set from eBay or from Amazon, stuff like that. And they had a deceptive logo that looked as much as like Lego as possible, but you could obviously tell it wasn't, because it had Chinese characters in it, and English versions outrightly said Leppen, not Lego. Even the name Leppen tries to look like the spelling of Lego. And so I do know some people that fell for that scam. Some people made comparisons between the Lego set and the Lepin set, and Lepin did get a cult following because people defending criminals, they were defending the low prices. And so there's been a bunch of people who have come out against the company over the years. And Brigzar has done several rants about Lepin. He has his own story about Lepin. So a bunch of fans were saying, "Hey, Lego, you need to take these guys to court." And then out of the blue, Lego did take Lepin to court. They took it to the Chinese court, and I believe they did it at that time because Lego wanted to get more into the Chinese market. And so when Lego when Lego took Lepin to court, that's when they were building their second factory in China, because I believe they built their first factory around the time of when the new CEO came in 2004. Because if you remember some of the small sets dating back 20 years, they have made in China or parts made in China. But that factory was very small scale. So if anyone remembers the minifigure magnets, some of the poly bags, and some of the keychains, like very small Lego items, it had on the packaging, along with the other countries like the Czech Republic and Sweden and Denmark and Mexico. Within all of that copyright and mumbo jumbo, it included parts made in China. Well, that factory was very small scale, and Lego realized if they wanted to get more in on the Asian market, and if they wanted to lower their distribution costs in the Asian market, they would need to build a bigger factory. So they went for China again, and they used that as leverage in their court case, because whenever Western companies try to sue Chinese imposters in the Chinese courts, by Chinese law, the Chinese courts give more favorable decisions to those Western companies if they have large-scale factories in China. So, for example, Samsung has taken Chinese phone brands who were impersonating Samsung in the Chinese market to court and won because Samsung has a factory in China.
Yeah.
And so Lego realized they needed to do the same if they wanted to take out the competition. And so that's what they did. They built the new mega factory, as they call it, in China when they were going through their court case. And so because of that, the Chinese courts were favorable to Lego, and Lego won. So by rule, the CEO of Lepin got ousted, and some of his other employees spun off into the new company Mold King to wash their hands clean of the Lepin name, and they changed their business model to making more original ideas instead of stealing from other people's ideas. Because you remember such famous Lepin themes as Star Wieners instead of Star Wars.
That's funny.
And also, people who submitted idea proposals to the Lego Ideas forum actually had their ideas stolen by Lepin.
I've seen that. I've seen it off of I've also seen Lepin or whoever stealing ideas off of what's the website you can go and download instructions on? People can upload their own instructions. I'm drawing a blank right now. It's brick something.
Rebrickable.
Rebrickable. There you go. I've heard of. I've actually seen it because I've seen people's builds being sold as sets by off-brand, and then the instructions are on Rebrickable with the piece count and all the pieces you need. And so if somebody goes on Rebrickable, buys the instructions, and then they get all the instructions, and then they're just mass producing it.
Yeah, and there's a lot of legal complications behind all of that stuff.
Yep.
And so the new head honchos of Mold King realized that if they kept up their business model, they would get sued again. And so they changed it up and they stopped all that nonsense.
Yeah.
And now they try and make more original ideas, and that's why people have a better reputation for Mold King. So the court case did its job.
You know, is Clever Pig out there? I don't know if you are or not, but I know Mold King does a lot of the cars. I'm just curious if he's ever checked out any of the cars that they do. Because I know Clever Pig is definitely into the car side of it all.
Yeah, I've never checked out a lot of cars from other people.
You know, I mean, honestly, if you're talking about off-brand brick, I don't know if you feel like it, but maybe bring a set or two up.
Yeah, I don't like to talk about the fake Lego I bought over the years because it was really bad. I was young and all I will say is that I was young and innocent and didn't know better.
Yeah, I will say that when it comes to the price difference on the mountain pieces, I bought a small bit at the beginning just to see what it was like. But when I saw just how close it was to Lego, and then I saw what the price was, I honestly just had to go with the blue bricks in order to be able to create something on like the scale that I got going on behind me. So, because otherwise I wouldn't even be near this far with it.
Yeah. And so I actually made a spoof video of a Brigzar video about the top 5 reasons you should buy Leppen. I did it a while ago. I'll see if I can find the link for it and put it in the description later. But one of them is that you like the muffin bottoms. Another one is you need to get off of your high moral horse. Another one was you like buying from people who steal ideas, and there was 2 others.
That's funny.
Yeah. So those were some of the top 5 reasons you should buy Leppen. It was all the facetious ideas.
Yeah.
But a South African website took it literally and uploaded the live stream he did. And
that's hilarious.
And a South African website made that his most popular live stream ever, and his most disliked content ever, because it was a really low quality live stream. He had really bad AT&T internet at the time, and short thereafter he upgraded.
Gotcha.
And so I'll also try to put a link to that live stream in the description later, because they're just very funny. And they also that was where they originated some memes, like changing everyone's name that had brick or Lego in it to substitute it to be Leppen instead. So for yours, it would be from Leppen to Mox, Nate would be a big Nate. Leppen Team B would be Leppen Team B. Hive would be Leppen Hive. Who are some of the other names up in here?
Hey there, Angry Dragon.
Macro would be Macro Leppen.
Macro Leppen. That's funny.
Also, it would be a couple of Leppen. So those are all the people in the chat that had brick or Lego in their names. Hey, Angry Dragon. So you could make all sorts of substitutes with Leppen of people's YouTube names. So it was just very, very funny. And I'm sure there are some other brick brands out there that I'm forgetting of right now.
Yeah, I mean, there's all sorts of them. If you just type in off-brand brick, you'll find all sorts of stuff out there. There's actually a guy that you may know, but goes by Brick Me Up Scotty or Leppin' Me Up Scotty.
He buys a lot of stuff like the Oxford bricks.
Yep, and he's in a different country somewhere. I think he's in
he's somewhere in Southeast Asia.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember where. Tokyo? No, is it? I don't think it's Tokyo. It's
I think I last recall he was in Thailand.
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, he's got access to all that a lot easier.
Yeah, because that's the epicenter of a lot of those companies. Also, Lose Bricks is another because you will lose with Lose Bricks. It's LOZ.
That's funny.
And they made some Thomas the Tank Engine locomotives. And also there's a company that makes some NFL helmets, and it has no vowels in their name. They're called Brixels. But they don't have the I in their name.
Got you.
Which is very confusing. Anyway, let's get on to the rant. So I'm just gonna preface my rant by someone's name. Oh, also hello Scott's Leppen. So if you didn't catch on, we're renaming everyone's name to include the word Leppen in there if they have Lego or block or brick. So we now got Scott's Leppen up in the chat.
And you know what you got to play when Scott's blocks or Scott's Leppen shows up?
Exactly. PPP.
The weed.
Yeah.
PPP, Scotty.
So I'm just going to preface my rant by saying this person's name, and I'm sure anyone who's been keeping up with the news will know where I'm going. And if there's any Chiefs fans out there, get ready. Harrison Butker. You want to do this?
Yeah.
This one is running!
What next?
It's rant time. Okay, so this week's rant is there are millions of people in this world who their ears are broken. Their ears are broken.
They choose not to listen to them.
People either don't want to watch full videos, or they just want to hear what aligns with their not so secret or political agendas. My biggest complaint with the whole Harrison Butker controversy is not that people are arguing on grounds upon their political beliefs, but for the fact that their ears are broken. Because you can have whatever opinion you want about the Harrison Butker situation, but there are people who are coming out with their opinions and their ears are broken.
I must be out of the loop. What Harrison situation are you talking about here?
Okay, well, he made reference to traditional marriages and Catholic Church doctrine and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
And it sent Twitter into an outrage.
I'm gonna have to see what it says. I'm gonna have to see it. I'm gonna look it up. I've been working so much, I haven't even been paying attention to the phone.
And as a result, right now he has the highest selling NFL jersey. All for the simple fact that social media has corrupted the discourse, and people's ears are broken.
Yeah, that's funny. That shows you how much I'm into social media, my friend.
Yeah, because two things can be true at once: being a parent and having a career are not mutually exclusive. The word most does not mean all, and the word some does not mean none. Those are my two major takeaways from the hate that is being directed towards Harrison Butker.
Well, I'll tell you something right now, is that I don't know the story and I don't know what's going on, but I will say that people nowadays tend to completely lose it over little things that 10, 20, 30 years ago would have definitely not been a problem. 20 years ago definitely would not have been a problem. 10 years ago definitely wouldn't have been a problem. But now it's all of a sudden everybody gets mad about this stuff. And it's like, man, I don't even know what's going on anymore.
Yeah, because the internet and particularly social media has amplified the discourse and has given a voice to the voiceless. And therefore, a lot of people who don't do their research spout out garbage.
Yeah, I saw one meme that said something about like how did you guys get along and there wasn't racism back in the day and stuff like this, and then somebody like it clipped to somebody answering it, and when it switched to him, he was like he said, because we didn't have the internet all day every day telling us how racist everything was.
Yeah, and like there's an old Family Guy episode that parallels a lot of what's happening with the Harrison Butker conversation, except Peter Griffin was overtly misogynistic. Peter Griffin was overtly sexist.
Yeah,
because he was doing some comics for the local newspaper, and then he became a social media pariah. And Family Guy's actually done a couple episodes where characters have become social media pariahs. Well, Harrison Butker is sure a social media pariah.
I've seen the one where Peter Griffin gets like a man bun and he starts dressing in like tight jeans and he's rolling around with that guy, and they're always in the phone doing Instagram posts and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seth MacFarlane really likes to make fun of millennials and Gen Z. Yeah, because especially after season 9. After season 9.
Yep.
So all I will say is that you can have whatever political beliefs you want to have. Doesn't matter which side of the political football you're on. All I ask is that you fix your ears and listen to what people say, and don't just pass words to fit your agenda. I really don't like it when people mishear something and just try to say what they wanted to hear.
Yeah, and you know, the people. I'll tell you another thing that I always just try and tell everybody is that, you know, a lot of people, they'll get upset and they'll be like, oh, they shouldn't be allowed to say that, and they shouldn't be allowed to say it, and they get upset that somebody says something that they don't agree with, so they think they should be censored. But if that was the case, how long do you think it is before you say something that somebody doesn't like, and now you're going to be censored? You see? And so the real deal is that in order for anything to work, you just got to be able to hear what somebody says and either like it or not, but just go about your day and not even let it bother you.
So with the Harrison Butker situation, a lot of words have been passed, and that makes me think that people's ears are broken. Because if you listen to what he actually said, he said, some of you will go on to have, this is paraphrase, some of you will go on to have good jobs in the future. Remember, some does not mean none. And then he says, to paraphrase, but most of you, the happiest moments of your life will be living your vocation as a parent. The key thing there, not to pass words, is that most does not mean all. But people whose ears are broken thought he said none instead of some, and those same people whose ears are broken thought he said all instead of most, because two things can be true. It is not mutually exclusive. You can have a good career and you can be a good parent. Those are not mutually exclusive. Some people don't have the time, energy, or money to do both, and so that's their situation. But if you have the time, energy, and money to have a good career and to be a good parent, more power to you. I'm shocked to see people come out and say that they have a good career and they are a good parent, and yet they disagree with what Harrison Butker said, even though that really doesn't apply to them. Because if you are a good parent and you have a good career, you're almost the perfect person in today's society. You've won the game of life.
Well, what's insane to me is that they're upset because he said having a family and child would be one of the things that, like, your most proud accomplishment or something. I mean, you take some of the most successful people on the planet that have millions and billions of dollars, and you ask them what they're most proud of, and they're going to tell you their kids and their wife and their family.
Yeah, and
they're not going to say the money.
And it's not just he said that because he's a Catholic. He also said that because there are thousands of years of history and science that proves that the number one instinct of males with testosterone is to care. Is to provide for people. And the same evidence for females that have testosterone, their instinct is to care for people. Providing for people and caring for people is most often your family.
Yeah, no, for sure.
There are instincts at play which created the fundamentals of traditional marriage. Non-traditional marriage has said, okay, but what if we reverse the roles? What if we can have our cake and eat it too? To have your cake and eat it too is to have a good career and to be a good parent. And to reverse reverse the dynamic would be for a woman to have a good career and a father be stay at home. There are plenty of families who are successful who have worked out that way.
Yeah.
So there's nothing wrong with whatever your family decides to choose its roles, because there is enough facts that have come out that there is no wrong or right way to structure your family if you are a nuclear family. If you're a non-nuclear family, then it gets a little bit more dicey, and there's other stats out there. But if you're a nuclear family, it doesn't matter. In these days, because of the progress of society, it doesn't matter if the father is the breadwinner, if the mother is the breadwinner, or if you're a dual income family. Just as long as you have someone within the dynamic that has the instincts to provide, and someone in the dynamic who has the instincts to care.
Well, I'll tell you another thing, is that raising a child, it doesn't matter what the family situation is honestly, it has to be one way or the other. That multi-parent working kind of job is kind of for the birds, man. The real reality of it is that taking the child to school, picking the child up from school, after school activities, grocery shopping, laundry, cleaning the house, dinner, food, all the above, and to work a full-time job and everything else is so it's a team effort, man. It's gotta be.
Yeah, and to be married is to be on a team. And especially if you're raising a family, it's a team effort.
All day.
And I've been in an advantageous situation my whole life where my father has climbed the ladder, but my mother has always been a hard worker, to the point where she's always been employed.
Yeah.
And once upon a time, my father was at the bottom of the ladder, and she was making more money when I was born. But by the time that my sister was out of diapers, that had changed, then there's nothing wrong with that. So I just wanted to give my thoughts, because it's been grinding my gears, is that people are just passing words, and I just find it rather concerning, the amount of words that have been passed.
That was the rant. That was today's rant, folks.
Yeah, that was it, everybody. So I wonder how many people will try and crucify me. And I have a leg to stand on, so I will defend myself if anyone criticizes me.
This one in is a rotten egg!
Rotten eggs!
It's rant time! Because I have the facts. Anyway, back to Lego. So I am waiting to get the money to place an order from Blue Bricks to get some of those ugly rock pieces.
Yeah, I would. So me personally, I do agree that Lego is the better brick off of all the brands, pretty much. But when it just depends on what you got going on. But Blue Bricks actually has a lot of sets and themes that Lego does not have the rights to or doesn't do. So, for example, if you are a Star Trek fan, Blue Bricks has the Star Trek rights, and as Lego has the Star Wars rights. So Blue Bricks actually makes quite a few of the Star Trek sets, and I know there's a lot of people out there that are Star Trek fans. Blue Bricks also still creates the Western sets, so you can still buy all sorts of Western sets from Blue Bricks. It's just a lot of different stuff that Lego just doesn't either do anymore or won't ever do. So I would say that that's the cool thing about Blue Bricks, but I will also say that it's a little trickier to get your hands on because it's an online order and it's coming from Germany, so it's a little bit harder to get a hold of. You know, you can't just go to the store and buy it or whatnot. You got to make an online order. I will say the shipping's pretty fair though, because no matter how much you order from them, shipping's only $30. So if you order one set or you order 1,000 sets, it's only $30 in shipping.
Yeah, and I believe it's only $40 in my country. You can buy as much as you want, and the shipping will stay the same price.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
So
and that's why I want to buy $200 worth of the ugly rock pieces, because when I get my city put back together, which just to let everyone know, there probably won't be a city update at the end of the month.
Scott's Blocks also mentions
the trains.
The trains. They do have some cool train setups.
Yes, because they, unlike Lego, they actually sell separate sale rolling stock.
Yep.
But as Macro Bricks has proof of, their axles and wheels aren't the best quality. Like they don't stay on the rails very good.
Oh, gotcha. You see, I haven't ordered any other trains personally, but here's one thing I will warn you about with them is that the plant elements are okay. They make pretty nice plant elements, but sometimes the clutch power on the plant elements isn't the best.
Yeah. And I think it's because when companies make plant elements, they have a different type of plastic that they use, and that plastic quality can vary from company to company. And even with Lego's efforts to make plants from plants, their plastic quality changed recently.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Scott can also confirm that the wheels do suck on those trains.
Yeah. No,
Yeah, so it's a known issue with the Blue Bricks brand.
Yeah, and the Blue Bricks minifigs are absolutely horrible also. That's why I just do the regular minifigs. But they do have some really cool builds. I'm not going to lie. So...
And I'll also briefly throw out there, there is a good military community out there of brick builders, which is why Brickmania is a successful company.
Yep.
Their prices are high because their builds are good,
and
they source parts from Lego.
There you go.
They have a lot of overheads.
That's the main reason, because they actually use real Lego brick.
Yeah. And there are other military brick bands like Kobe who make tanks.
Yep.
And warships and warplanes.
Yeah, I got one of them.
And I know people that have made comparisons between Brickmania and Kobe, and they much prefer and they're willing to pay the higher price for a Brickmania set.
So Scott's Blocks also mentions here, I did not know this, so he's schooling me, but also after your first order, you can download all their instructions. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So I know that Beaded Bricks and Shy Time is My Time and Thicken Bricks, they've done a lot of stuff with the Brickmania, and also Solo Brick Builder and Cabbage Face Bricks have done a lot of stuff with the Kobe sets. And Cabbage Face is a monthly reviewer of the Kobe sets. and I enjoy watching his Kobe reviews. He's always come out and said that the Kobe figures are very funky.
Yeah. So I have one of their planes, and I use it in the underwater section with a skeleton in the cockpit, and so it looks like, you know, like an old World War II plane crashed down there. I really wish that Lego would make something like that, but they just don't.
Yeah, because Lego has their whole agenda against war. Even though they made an Indiana Jones set with the Nazi logo, like what?
Yeah.
That is the most contradictory thing Lego has ever done in my opinion. It's kind of like when the Brick Mania sets and the Kobe sets have the Confederate flag on them.
Yeah.
Or any of the stars of communism countries. Oh, now it's Chris who's speaking. Yes. Justine was speaking earlier. She mentioned that you're in Sydney for Brick Build. Hope you're enjoying the convention, Chris. Yeah. So.
Hey, buddy. Hey, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Okay.
Yeah. So most people know Kobe for their war stuff, but also Kobe made some NBA stuff. They've made a couple NBA courts, like how Lego once had the NBA license. And Briggsar reviewed one of those on his alternate channel years ago, when he got his Lego NBA collection in order, and he completed the Lego NBA collection. Kobe also made a bunch of stuff, and I think they made both a Kobe Bryant and a Michael Jordan figure. Kobe did.
Buddy.
And Kobe's made some other stuff that isn't war. I need to go and look up the Kobe stuff.
Hey man, I'm gonna have to cut out of here. My girlfriend just called me. She needs me to come get her. She's with her family right now. So
okay.
I'm gonna have to cut out early. I apologize, man. But I will talk to you guys soon. I really appreciate I appreciate being on again. Had a good time. Sorry I gotta cut out of here so early, guys. But I'm leaving you in good hands. Mayo Hosko, of course, as usual. So, but I'll talk to you soon, Mayo. I'll keep you in the loop.
Okay.
All right. Bye, buddy. Sorry, man.
Gotta do what you gotta do. Yeah. So there's just a lot of stuff like that, and I have a bunch of other things that I could get into, but I need to fully articulate my views of them first, because there's been a bunch of competition with Lego over the years, and a lot of it has been rather risky of other companies, and it hasn't always worked out. It hasn't always worked out for them. There's also been a bunch of trading of the licenses, particularly between the Mega Bloks and Lego. So they've traded a bunch of licenses. I think Just Too Good made a video about the licenses that Lego stole, quote unquote stole, from others, and also made a video of the licenses that Lego relinquished to others. And a lot of you guys know that Connects is a construction company, and Lego made their imitation Connects called Znap in 1998. But Connects also has a history of brick brands, which is the last thing I wanted to get into, and I have some stories to tell about Connects. So I grew up with both Connects and Lego, and I had some Connects sets that were brick built vehicles, as well as their normal stuff. Probably the most enjoyable was a swing ride, and they also made a Ferris wheel. But in the 2000s, Connects made these sets that were kind of a combination of their standard systems with bricks at the same time. I'm going to try and share my screen so you can see what I'm talking about. Let's get this up on the screen. So there's this ambulance right here. I want to use this as a case example. So you can see that their bricks had they had both bricks and plates. So you can see the combination of the systems, the traditional Connect systems integrated with their brick systems. They did have a lot of stickers. Their bricks had slightly more curvature on them. And instead of having what would be a Lego Technic pinhole, they had the Connects axle holes in a variety of different sizes. And they actually made a whole bunch of stuff. But there's some specific sets that I want to show off. Go to Google Images. I want to see if I can find them. I had this. Oopsie, that's not good. Huh. Anyway, I had this brick built swing ride. And if we come down here, let me find the stuff I'm looking for. I think I did have this. They had these really weird wheels. Yeah, I had one of these. It was really weird wheels. Let's get a closer look at this. And it wasn't those wheels. It was these wheels. They were almost like the monster truck wheels, but they were hard plastic instead of the rubber that we get in Lego. And I believe I did have this set, because I remember those styles of wheels. And so they don't do as much of the brick system anymore because it kind of failed. But I had a mix of both when I was growing up. And I want to see if I can find the right ones. See if I can scroll through any of these images to see if I own them. But Connects is a very interesting competitor to Lego because it was one of the rare times that Lego tried to do an imitation of it. And actually, Connects also did an imitation of Lego, as we've explained. Let me Google Connects Bricks Fire Engine. See if it comes up. Yes, it was this one right here. I'm selling this on eBay. I owned this. So you can see the hybrid system between the standard Connects and the Connects bricks. So the hose right there is made out of the Connect system, but the rest of the engine is bricks. The wheels is normal Connects. It was a very weird crossover. And I want to see if there's the monster truck. Let me Google Connects Bricks monster truck. See if we can get what I want. And it's not showing the ones that I want. Anyway, that was the last of them, and so that's, I don't hear a lot of people talking about how LEGO tried to imitate Connects with the Snap theme. But before we get on out of here for today, I want to look at the LEGO Snap theme, and I just want to show you the pictures. So we're going to go to brick set. We're going to go to brick set to show off the Snap sets. So we got this up here. So this came out in 1998. I'm going to show you the pictures of all this. So this is Jet Car. This is Bi-Wing. This is the Mini Sonic. This is Hook Truck. This is Aeroplane. This is the motorbike. This is actually some of these are actually 1999 sets. This is just called promotional set. This is Forklift, even though the biggest image is actually an aeroplane. This is Racer. This is Tri-Bike. And you notice that a lot of these Snap sets, they had alternate builds with the pieces. This is Jet Ski. This is Dino Jet. Like, what are these designs? I just don't understand this. This was from a really bad time in LEGO's history. This is Hover Sub. Like, these are very clunky, abstract looking builds. Helicopter. Jeep. Like, what? I don't understand the one that is so tall. I don't understand what it's supposed to be. Blackmobile. Formula Z car and storage case. That's an overcomplicated name, ain't it? Super Constructor set. Rotor Beast. Probably because of the helicopter blades. And those were all the Snap sets. The one time that LEGO impersonated another company, but they also at the same time impersonated the Barbie dolls with the Scala stuff and the Belleville stuff. And there were a couple. They made some weird baby rattles. One of them got recalled, along with the Brickbuster truck. I actually want to show the LEGO Brickbuster truck. LEGO Brickbuster. It's one of the only LEGO toys ever that has gotten recalled. The Brickbuster Super Truck. The official name. Let's go to Brick Set, and let's share the Brickbuster Super Truck. So it was set 3509. It was a part of the Explore theme, sub-theme Imagination. Came out in 2002. Had 41 pieces. Originally released for $20 US. And in the notes, it says this product was recalled. Read the recall notice at lego.com. And under the Bricklink tab, it says this item is not available or listed at Bricklink. So because it is a recalled product, you cannot buy the Brickbuster Super Truck on Bricklink. The same with the Baby Rattle I talked about. The reason this was recalled is because it had a metal axle underneath, and kids were cutting themselves on that metal axle and injuring themselves. And I think there were some loose parts with the Baby Rattle that kids could choke on. And those toys were aggressively marketed towards children compared to a normal Lego, which isn't marketed towards people under 3 years old because they're more likely to stick small plastic inside of their mouth. So that was the Brickbuster Super Truck, and as Angry Dragon said, it was recalled, and also says, I want some Snap for the gift exchange game at Brick Fair. That would be rather interesting. I've never heard about that. The gift exchange game. Well, when I go to Brick Fair, Virginia in 2026, I will be on the lookout for that. Anyway, so I just wanted to briefly cover that before we end up today's stream, because we can cover a lot of this stuff in not a lot amount of time. So who did we have today? We had Johnny G, Macro Bricks, Clever Pig, co-host, a couple of Brickheads, Zissou Sultan Force, Lego Team B, Seth Bland, Redcoat Kyle, Brick Hive, Big Nate Bricks, Johnny G's Alternate, Angry Dragon 114, Scott's Blocks, and now we just got a spammer. One of the mods, please go and block that motherfucker. Yeah. So that's all we wanted to cover today. Hopefully I'll be in better condition to build Lego next episode. Still getting over my illness. And we're on the countdown to Brick World Chicago, so I'm doing my stuff with that. So if you want to see behind the scenes access of behind the scenes pictures of how that's coming along, you can pledge to me on Patreon. So thank you for watching this stream. I'll see you on the next one, which as always is at 9 p.m. Eastern on a Friday night in North America, or 11 a.m. Australian Eastern on a Saturday. I'll see you on my next short, and I'll see you in the next video. So thank you for watching, and let's roll the credits. And let's go get the raid out to Brick Adjuster. Yeah, so let me go get the link for Brick Adjuster. The fall of Brick. So go raid Brick Adjuster. And let's roll the credits.
Thank you for supporting Mayo Hosko Media. Your viewership is very important to us. Tell YouTube you like us by smashing the like button. Let your thoughts be known in the comments down below. Never miss out on any more LEGO content from us by hitting the subscribe button and ringing the notification bell. Stay tuned for live streams every Friday night at 9 PM Eastern in North America and monthly city updates on the last Wednesday or Thursday of every month. If you like Minecraft and gaming streams, follow us on Twitch, Mayo_Hosko, no capital letters. Twitch streams every Saturday morning at 8 AM Eastern in North America. To be in the know, follow us on Instagram and Twitter at real_MayoHosko. Have fun with us on our Discord server. Friend us on Facebook and join the fan club group. For business inquiries, email us at mayohosko@gmail.com. For historical inquiries, check out our website. For special community perks, including behind the scenes, voting rights, and early access videos, become an investor today by pledging to us on Patreon. Links in the description. Watch this video recommended to you, or check out this playlist if you missed any previous videos of the same genre. This has been Mayo Hosko, and I am a fan of old LEGO. #A